I'm making my healer. My healer. Why can't you chew on a bone? Hey, there's a perfectly good bone for you to chew on right there. I could also put you up on the bed.
Fate needs this proxy.
you, Biscuit. Can you not be rude? Hi, baby girl. Can you also, like, maybe be a good dog and your brother wouldn't be mean to you? Come here. Come here, Baba. Come here, Baba. Hey, yeah, Baba, Baba, Baba. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. What? Uh-huh. Oh, yo, yo, Baba, Baba. Oh, Baba. Oh, thank you. Go in there and bug her, sissy. Yeah, get in there and bug her. Get in there and bug her. Alright, let's get back to dying. Sorry. I got distracted by reading. gear set before going to Apocrypha with her skull outfit. And we will make see, I think the Sijic had the eyeballs. Hi, Biko. If you decided to grace me with your presence.
I should have made a map. Curses and corporeal existence. I can see why most ancestors move on instead of haunting their descendants. My mortal memories are much harder to recall than I anticipated. I don't remember where to find those components. Not exactly.
Sorry, guy. I was trying to do that. Oh, Biko. What's it doing in my clothes? She's allowed on the bed. Come on, Gwynny. Come on, out. Come on, get out of the kennel. Come here, Gwynny. Come here, Gwyn. Come here, Gwynny. Come on. Come on, Gwyn. I'm trying to get her over there, kind. She seems to be a little turd butt. Nope. She's being a little turd butt. She's being a turd butt dog. Gwendis is a turd butt dog. Yes. Kind. No. You don't need to. No, you don't. No, we've been home for an hour. You went outside. No. No, kind. You're supposed to be up here sleeping with your sissy. Come here. Come here. Come. Kind. Come here. No. 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 Baby.
Of course not. I buried the components we need in separate caches on the tower grounds. I just can't remember exactly where I put them. No matter. With your assistance, I'm sure we can find the right spots. Use my ghost sight. It will reveal the hiding places. Remember, Telrendis is my place of power, despite Shalreni's attempts to make it her own. Here, I can easily use my magic through you, as long as you're willing. I placed sigils at the spots, but on a different layer of reality. Use my ghost sight, and you should be able to see them. The caches are buried beneath those locations. This looks familiar. Isn't ghost sight wonderful? You'll find a cache here. Take a look. remember this old workbench. Good work. Now place the shawl. Place the components, one at a time, onto the enchanting workbench. Excellent. Now take the cloak of... Go ahead and try it on. You look amazing. Barely a hint of a Daedric connection. Not a bad bit of work. You follow directions well. And the cloak looks perfectly dashing. Dashing, I say. Now let's head to Old Isra and meet up with Kuri Gadain. She should have gotten you access to the Conclave by now. Did I? I don't recall. But if you're asking about the Cloak of Omission, it could only shield you from so many scrying attempts. Eventually, someone will notice you. But the enchantment should last long enough for us to get our hands on Shalreni. Now that you mention it, yes. Gadain can get you on the access list, but you must play your part. Dunmer laws are labyrinthine, Telvanni especially. You need to invoke the proper statue to avoid suspicion. Just say the following to the sentry at the door. I hereby invoke the 26th statute of the Necrom agreement, and then demand entry to the Conclave. Can you remember that? Once we get inside, we can meet up with Kuri Gadain.
I hereby invoke the 26th statute of the Necron agreement.
What could Shalreni be thinking? She's obviously counting on the support of two Daedric princes. But does she really expect them to magically elevate her to the rank of Magister? Because you're not a Telvanni. That particular statute relates to the agreement between House Telvanni and the Keepers of the Dead. If you present it with authority, the Sentry will probably grant you access. And tell them what? If you even imply that any Telvanni would require the help of an outsider, you'd insult them at best or get arrested, if not immediately challenged to a duel of spells. Believe me, any of those would be counterproductive. Do you honestly think my people need a legitimate reason? Well, how about impersonating a Necrom official? Or infiltrating a meeting of the Master's Conclave? Not to mention acting in the service of a Daedric prince? We can't risk it.
Alright, I tried. Maybe I wanted to... I know, Xander, it's hard.
Tell Hulan, the Tower of Halls, home to the Assembly of Masters. Remember to invoke the statute when you demand entry, and put on a cloak.
Know that, Drew? As Master Shalreni's mouth, you are prohibited from entering the Conclave.
But I must warn the Masters.
Don't worry. Your treacherous master will be dealt with soon enough.
You must warn the other Masters. I can no longer stand by and do nothing while Master Shalreni continues along this dark path. Her actions threaten the entire peninsula. You probably shouldn't, but that doesn't mean I'm lying. I admired Shalreni for her skill and power. Thought she would help me rise in the ranks. But her ambition and Master Shalreni made a deal with not one, but two Daedric princes. She plans to use their help to eliminate all who oppose her so she can become Archmagister. The Masters won't listen to me. They don't understand the danger.
Look what you got yourself into. No, you're not leaving. You have two options. You calm down, which doesn't seem like you want to do. So, you get the option of going in the kennel. I know. You were doing so good, and then you decided to not be good. Yeah. You're such a cute girl. It's okay, your siblings need time without you. So that they can partake in the num-nums. The 5 whole num-nums that they've got left.
I'm not sure. Master Shalreni stopped confiding in me. But I know how she thinks. She has no respect for the Masters or this Conclave. When they move to reprimand her, she's going to show them just how powerful she's become. It will be a bloodbath.
Love it, Telvanni.
The Master's Conclave is in session. All other business is on hold. Come back later. Necrom, Let me see. Ah, yes. You're listed as Curate Godane's attending clerk. Very good. You may go inside. I expect you'll find the curate in the assembly antechamber, as the attending magister declared the
stop?
conclave for masters only.
There's Curate Godane.
Really, I must...
I insist, Curate. You do realize I wield considerable influence as Master Norvora's mouth.
Of course, but...
I could do much for you and the Keepers. Now tell me, what do you think of my book?
That's Master Norvora's mouth. We need to extract Godane this instant.
The Curate and I are busy, outsider. I am eager to hear what he thinks of my book, Ancestors of a Humble Mouth. It's a work in progress, but at least 2 booksellers have expressed interest. Come back later. How strange. As no one but masters are allowed inside, Master Norvora explicitly told me to wait out here until after the Conclave concluded its business. Well, obviously Master Norvora needs her spellbook. No master should ever meet her peers without being totally prepared. I'll go and fetch it at once.
Pico!
Thank you, my friend. Follow me. I know a place where we can talk privately. We can speak freely here.
We can, but I can also take stuff. Wait.
You arrived not a moment too soon, my friend. Before they decided to seal the hall, and I was trapped in that dreadful conversation with Mouth Elar, I found what we needed. Master Shalreni is here, and being held under guard until the conclave begins. Ah, and now we come to the problem. Magister Gothrin arrived from Sadrith Mora to oversee the Master's conclave. He immediately expelled all but the Telvanni Masters and placed a ward on the door. There's no way to get into the assembly hall. Sadly, disabling a ward placed by a Magister is beyond my capabilities. If you have any ideas, please share them. Otherwise, I fear the Masters are on their own in there.
A Magister? To counter Magister magic, eh? Good idea. Let's go disable the ward.
Yep, here we go. Telvanni
Ward
always
needs
causing
anchors.
trouble.
Use my ghost sight to spot them. See them? One on either side of the door. I'll lend you my power to disable them.
Recommended you stay in bed, but she insisted we attend the conclave. They do it so rarely, you know.
Magister Gothrin is good,
Understandable.
but I'm better. Let's enter the assembly hall.
This is a closed session. What is the meaning of this intrusion?
Now, Gothrin, surely such restrictions don't apply to a Magister and his proxy.
Meln the Mouthless, a spirit. No matter. I will not tolerate your antics.
Nothing in our statutes precludes a dead Magister from participating in a conclave. Now, hear what my proxy has to say.
Very well. Step forward.
Magister Gothrin and
I recognize you from that incident with the
Meln
ambitious
is
lizard. And
he's
now
the
you
best.
stand before
I love
me,
Meln.
representing one of my most annoying colleagues.
best.
Well,
Like,
get on with it.
I
What's so
love Gadain,
important that
and I
Magister
love
Meln
Claire
dares
Mel,
interrupt
and
these closed proceedings?
We all know I love Screw, but if I had to choose a favorite companion out of the main quest, it is Meln.
And Magister Meln thought us so ineffective that he had to swoop in and save the day? How presumptuous of him. Do you really think one rogue master is a match for this assembly? So I heard. Hence the reason I decided to leave my comfortable tower and come all this way to personally take charge of this conclave.
No bad romance.
The masters will hear the charges, question the subject,
He's also
and
a
render
ghost,
swift
so I
judgment.
don't know who he could romance. I mean, that didn't stop that one quest in Blackwood.
Is that why you're here? To add another charge to Shel Rennie's list of crimes? Then so noted. Perhaps that's why she turned herself over without any fuss or bother, so that she can plead for mercy. Perhaps I'll be lenient. Perhaps not. Enough of this nonsense. I listened to the concerns of your Magister and heard his allegation. Now we are finished. Meln may stay if he wishes. That is his right. But you and the curate should go and leave us to our work.
Over here. I forgot how boring my so-called peers can be. Pity Shel Rennie didn't eliminate a few more of my rivals before we noticed. But your master, Meln. I have fond memories of his many antics. That's why I wanted a word with you. Your master has delayed these proceedings long enough. Master Shelreni reached above her station and must be dealt with. Anything that postpones that and increases the time I must spend in the company of my so-called peers will not be tolerated.
I love how Telvanni are like, I want to be all powerful, but I also don't want to be around people at the same time. They're all just nerds hanging out in their fucking mushroom towers, practicing their magic all day. And then they're just like gross people. It just makes me laugh. I don't understand how people hate them. Like, okay, I understand why people can hate them, but at the same time, who doesn't want to live in a mushroom tower by yourself and practice magic all day? And be like backed with like money and magic and more money? Just hang out in your mushroom tower.
Murder, you say? That is serious. I suppose anything can be expected from a master who makes pacts with Daedra. We really need to strip her of her rank and exile her. Well, if you must see her, she's being held in a meeting room down the East Hall.
I mean, I don't understand their hate of Daedric princes. If Daedric are cool, Daedra princes are cool. The Daedra are cool. Daedra are a friend too.
I don't understand this necessity for debate. If it were up to me, we'd get right to the vote. Nothing anyone has to say will change my mind about Shelreni. Now then, is Magister Meln really dead?
His ghost is right there next to you. I think Meln is 100% dead. I carry his soul gem in my backpack. He doesn't like that I just like yeet him in the depths of my bag, but I don't have an option.
Meln may have confused Magister Gothran, but there's no provision for a dead Telvanni participating in a conclave. It's just not done.
Hey, if you don't have a rule against it, then he's allowed. I'm sorry. You have to make that law. You don't have protocol against it, therefore Meln's allowed. It's not in the fine print. Do you think the Telvanni have insurance? They're like, oh, don't worry, if that's insured.
Is that a threat? Master Morena led Shelreni through the East Door for making similar pronouncements only a few moments ago. If that can happen to a master, imagine what's in store for a lowly mouth like you.
Except for the fact that I'm not a lowly mouth. Who saved us from Molag Bal? That's right, me. While you guys hung out in your little mushroom towers having fun.
There's a meeting room just to the right.
See that thing that Meln does where he like goes into my bag and then jumps out of my bag? It scares me. It scares the bejesus out of me.
Shelreni's gone, but what's that tipped over bottle over there? That's pure essence of dream. Let me cast a spell to see what happened here.
What was that? Just a little gift from the Prince of Dreams.
They're me now.
Soon, you will do exactly as I say.
You won't get away with this.
I already have. And with your help, I'll get away with so
Something's going on to the north.
Now
I
let's
think the
go
conclave
attend
is starting.
my ascension.
We must get to the conclave. It's
We
held
get
in the
the
Master's
Widow
private hall
Bat.
to the north.
We get the Widow Bat. Oh, the Widow Bat. so cute. Little bat. Loves a bat. Bat's our friend.
Master Shelrenny, you stand accused of conspiring against your fellow Telvanni, murdering Meln the
See,
Mouthless,
this is
and
the one thing
consorting
about
with
ESO
Daedric
that
princes.
pisses me off.
How do you
I
plead?
can clear this. I can jump
A
this.
Telvanni
I can
doesn't plead.
jump
But
this.
I will kill you all before I take my sacrifice.
Let me jump. Let me jump.
Shelrenny, cease your actions this
Let me
instant.
jump.
Use my ghost sight to disable the wards and get down there.
You know, it would have been helpful, like, 10 seconds ago, Mel. Can you please do this ward too, Mel? I think there's... People are dying because ESO wouldn't let me jump.
You again. If these fools can't stop me, what hope do you have?
Oh, I died.
Come on, get up! I'm not ready to die a second time.
You're finally awake. Thank the ancestors. I thought Shelrenny killed you.
We should talk, Mouth of Meln.
I'm not technically a mouth of Melon, I'm the holder of his soul gem.
The Mouth of the Mouthless. I suppose you want me to say that you and Meln were right. That I should have taken Shelrenny's threat more seriously. Well, let's pretend I said that and move on to what needs to happen next.
I mean, we did try to tell you. You guys were like, nah, it's just Master Shelrenny. She won't do anything. She's stupid. We're all Telvanni magisters that just hang out in our towers practicing magic all day. We're strong enough to handle another magister that has the backing of 2 Daedric princes. It's okay. The world's not gonna, like, die or anything. Well, guess who gets to go through the portal? Not them. It's me.
Yes, quite a display. She used the conclave to formally announce her intentions. Her spell would have killed everyone, and positioned her to challenge the Archmagister for rulership of the house. Luckily, I was on hand to save the local masters.
You wouldn't have had any masters to save if you had just listened to me in the first place. Anyways.
Shelrenny may be a powerful master, but I am a magister of the Telvanni Council. It was a simple matter to deflect her attack while the conclave dispersed. Then I stabilized the portal she fled through, assuming you would want to follow her. Really now, who do you think Meln consulted when he first invented his cloak of omission? I see the mark of Mora upon you. House Telvanni wants no part in the machinations of Daedric princes. Just make sure to kill Shelrenny when you find her. Master Morena revealed her inadequacies when she allowed herself to be captured. The other masters survived. In both cases, House Telvanni won. If you plan to chase Shelrenny, I suggest you leave now. I'm not going to hold that portal open forever.
Yep, I'll go. I'll go. Here I go. Hey, I've been here before.
This ancient ruin. Those markings. This place is dedicated to Vermina.
Oh, I mean, it literally says. I guess he couldn't read.
I think we
why.
visited the memory of it in the Eye of Mora.
Yes, Melon, we did. You're a little slow in the uptake, too.
This chamber appears promising. We should look around.
The Tremora Torvisar came to me with an intriguing proposition more than 2 years ago now. He promised to fulfill my lifelong ambition to become Archmagister and rule over House Temon. All I had to do was pledge my service to Vermina, the Daedric Prince of Dark Portents, and all my my dreams would come to pass, I would not trust Vermina. She is. There are other princes that you should trust more. Vermina's not one of them I trust. After long months of preparation, we're finally ready to bargain. No, I can't read today.
Anything relevant in those papers?
Yeah, this started 2 years ago during, what was 2 years ago? Blackwood? So while we were all fighting Dagon, Vermina and Periite were hanging out with the Talvani.
Was there anything in those papers about Master Shelreni or where we might find her? She writes about how Torvasad came to her, indoctrinated her into Vermina's service, how he was consumed with restoring something that was either stolen or lost, and how he insisted. So they sent the malachite mined from the Alavelis quarry here. And she discusses how the hidden kindred were formed to provide the workers needed to accomplish the restoration. Somehow, rebuilding a Vermina statue is the key to Torvasad's goal. This must be where that original memory took place, where Vermina and Periite think Hermaeus Mora wronged them and stole whatever it is they now seek. Let's keep going. That restored statue and Master Shelreni must be somewhere in this old ruin.
They are.
We must find Shelreni and stop her from completing this rite.
And Master Morena, we need to free her.
My black book! Looks like Shelreni got past my safeguards.
Finish the rite and perform the sacrifice.
Shelreni's using the restored statue as a focus for an aspect of Vermina. That's not good.
Away, agents of fate! This vessel will help me restore what was taken from us all! No! No, my disciple. Complete the sacrifice,
Now, free Morena from the binding.
unstable! Save yourselves! No! Not when we're so close!
Close my black book and take it. That should end the rite.
I'm trying to close the black book and take it.
Taking the Black Book won't stop us, and one of you will serve just as well as a sacrifice.
No need to involve outsiders, Shelreni. Prince Vermina accepts your sacrifice and deems you a worthy vessel.
I regret the bloodshed, but soon Mor's injustice will be undone.
With this vessel, I can enter Apocrypha and strike at Mora's heart. With me, my faithful!
We have to warn Apocrypha. Let's return to the Necrom bindery and find Laramil.
Hold still, and I'll open a portal back to Necrom.
Oh, are we...
Neither Scrooge nor I can feel Hermaeus Mora's presence. We both find this unsettling. Good, you are here. both Scroot and I felt a sudden disturbance in the tides of fate. Something terrible has happened in Apocrypha, and Scroot and I no longer feel the presence of the one who knows.
Big rip to Hermaeus Mora.
Another significant event in the annals of fate, and I missed it. But Master Shelreni is dead. And Vermina did what? Start from the beginning, Proxy. What happened at the Master's Conclave? So that was...
Recap.
And
We don't need
Blight...
recap.
They cannot. Both Scroot and I felt the tides of fate churn and boil. Worse, neither of us has been able to commune with Hermaeus Mora since the Black Book's rite was completed at Vermina's shrine. And you say you saw Shelreni's body walk into Apocrypha, giving Vermina access to Apocrypha. And I hope Blight...
Literally what happened.
Fortunately, we have two conduits to see.
Laramil's idea is a good one. Master Shelreni has the answer we seek, and I know how to reach her.
Alright, I am gonna call it quits to go ghost hunting. Thank you for watching.